In this video, I'm going to prove definitively that the capture of Maduro and the Havana Syndrome are connected. So it might very well be that the Russians were the ones targeting the CIA operatives and the people in the government, what have you. All those hundreds of government workers. But in my case, the government has been playing very stupid, and they have not been trying to help me out. If it was the Russians doing it, why aren't the intelligence agents scrambling to help me out? Why is there an organized effort involving Americans to financially sabotage me, to keep me from dating, to censor me on social media? The Russians don't run social media. They don't run, the companies that make the iPhones and the various applications and sites that I'm using. They don't run the local police. So when we look at organized harassment, gang stalking, what have you, we see that the evidence is conclusive that the American government has its hand in it. We also see that the president, Donald Trump, has said that people are weaponizing things against American citizens. Lawfare, weaponizing the Justice Department. And we see that many officials from his administration agree, and there's also many people from the Democratic Party, and I'm sure from the Libertarians who also agree. I'm not a big fan of politics. In fact, I really despise politics. But I'm very concerned with social issues. So, whoever's watching this video, whoever might see it, I want them to think very carefully. Is it fair to censor me and deny me my constitutional rights? Just because you don't like my religious views, just because you don't want people to look up to me? I worked very hard at my top martial arts challenge. I worked very hard through sabotage to forge what I've proven is the top martial arts physique ever possible. And obviously, a little kid could have told you that it would come from a Nigerian line. I'm not a racial supremacist, these are the facts. And there's immature people who are trying to big up the military, whatever you want to call it, who want it to look like a military body. There's nerds who try to make it so I look like a nerd. And we've seen them change my body in various ways. We see them change my pictures to try to make it so I look like a crypto Jew. Think about the churches with their fake image of Christ and how many statues and pictures and paintings they have. They need to grow up. What they're doing is not respectable. It's never helped them. All throughout history, people have had a low opinion of their groups because of that very activity. Why on earth do they think it's a good idea to persist? They should change my pictures back immediately. Do I think they ever will? No. Do I think people in the future should trust that they have if they make that claim? No. Because they are liars, and their groups have been lying for hundreds and thousands of years. I want you to ask yourself, what are the odds that they sap my body to such a degree and they've been throwing me off and keeping me from martial arts basically since 2017. I've done a little something initially leading up to maybe 2019, but I've never truly returned to my martial art training that I had going on from about 2010 to 2017. And around 2016, I was striking at world record speed, so they scrambled to take away from my achievements. Now think about the word place. It's a play on words for P-lace. Position, a play on words for poison it. Fume, F-U-me. Champion, C-ham, pie. They want to split the pie, right? Image is a play on words for I game and I mage. And game is a play on words for gay, second word, me. Now when you look at the 60-minute interview, it's very shady, right? They refuse to point the finger at the government past a certain point, suggesting that they're government assets. The whistleblower looks like an English kind of gayish guy in a cult or something, which shows you that they're doing what they always do in the news and the media, the CIA propaganda assets. They're controlling the narrative. And I'm sure we can all agree that the right thing for the top martial arts ever possible to do is to make it clear that that's what's going on. Doing the right thing far transcends any conception of bringing honor to your race or your crest or your cult or your nation or anything like that. It far transcends. Do you believe in one nation under God, or do you try to put your nation above God? It's pretty straightforward. And what they're doing in terms of their image game is very silly, very immature. And in terms of some kind of control freak game, trying to get everyone to put themselves beneath them, is very sick, very sick. And any American with any sense whatsoever knows that that's not what this country is supposed to stand for.